enjoying the journey one cup at a time. I had Russ Prefontaine on the Culture Hack. He is the president and co-owner of Fratello Coffee. He's talking about, after decades of being around, all the different struggles they had, they've now sold their analog coffee brand, and now they're back to the Fratello, the core of who they are, and really trying to enjoy the ride. So check it out. Russ Prefontaine, welcome to the Culture Hack. Thanks so much for coming down here.
Thanks for having me, Adam.
This has been just a fantastic conversation we've had with Russ. Russ is the president and co-owner of Fratello Coffee, and we talked all things specialty coffee. We talked about how your parents started the company and some of the pivots they had to do. And then we talked about branding and how you guys rebranded and, created a new espresso machine, and then decided to tell your own story. So you created Analog Coffee, and then of course ended up selling that. And then just this incredible story of sort of pivoting and moving forward and changing and adapting. And this is why often I do these interviews virtually, but I talked to Russ, and I was like, we have to do this in the studio.
Absolutely.
This is way too interesting.
Yeah, it's great.
It's way too informative, and I really think that it deserves the special treatment.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's been a ever-evolving company and brands, and even hearing you talk about it makes me tired. It's like, holy cow. I'm glad I'm in the coffee industry, because I've needed that caffeine boost for sure.
A few late nights in there,
right?
A
couple. Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. We want to talk a little bit about kind of where you're kind of going, but you said something kind of on the break that I thought was really interesting. You said one of the reasons why when you sold Analog that it was very successful was that you had sort of systemized it to the point where it was something easy to hand over. This is what it is.
Yeah, easy to hand over. We did that not on the thinking we were going to sell that brand, but we did it so it was scalable. And we wanted to ensure that, or when I say everything, you can't have everything figured out, but as much details figured out and systematized as possible before we took the brand outside of Calgary.
Right.
And until we had that done, we weren't going to be comfortable having Analog Coffee open in different locations where we couldn't have our direct hands and touch on them.
Right.
So it's definitely something we had to focus on for expansion. And now seeing the new owners of that brand expand it makes us proud, because we know what we created was right.
And you said before that it took 10 years before you felt like you really got it right. So it's like
easily 10 years,
iterating and changing and testing.
And it's never done. I'm sure they're still doing the same thing today. As you grow, you have growing pains, and you have to refine it. And that's part of a good system is constant refinement.
So now Fratello Coffee, of course, you're still doing all the supply and the grinding and all that kind of stuff. So where are you guys going next? What's your image for the next 5 to 10 years for Fratello?
That is so hard to say. There's been a lot going on the last few years with the sale of Analog Coffee. We had a commercial bakery that we had to close down during COVID as well. Dealing with that and growing pains, getting out of that, recovering. Really, it feels like you are recreating a new company coming out of that downtime. That really right now what we're focused on is enjoying what we have, right? Not taking it easy, but enjoying what we have. Ensuring, right, I talk about systems, but doing that at Fratello. Really making it a professionally run company, right? Something that we can be very proud of, that when you enter our space, it stands out as something unique in the city, something that has 50 years of history and all of the expertise we have. So really ensuring that everything that is currently in our operations is being taken care of, right? Nurturing that, taking care of that, and not losing sight on the quality.
I love that. Kind of almost returning back to kind of the roots you talked about, right?
It is,
like making the quality product. Analog came about because you wanted to be in control of your own story and how it was done, and you kind of did that. Now you're coming back to the original brand, the original idea.
So what would I tell myself? I would say be patient. Be patient, young Russ.
Yeah,
right?
it'll
Things
come.
will turn around.
It'll come, Padawan.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah.
Well, I love that idea, right? Because, great companies, great cultures of excellence, they're grown. And part of that growing is going through pain, because you can't know why you do something or why this is important until you
get through it.
Yeah.
And if you remember, a lot of our employees have been through it with us. Many have been with us for over 10 years, 19 years, 18 years, 15 years, and we have a small group. There's maybe 13 employees,
Right.
and over half of them have been with us over 10 years. So they've been through a lot of these pains with us. So I think the culture there at Fratello is one of understanding, right? One of, you hear people say, right, we're family. In a way we are, because we've been through those pains and we are here together and we're still enjoying ourselves, still enjoy working together, and they get it, right? So what more could we ask for from employers than to have a team of people that have lived through those pains and struggles with us?
It's that phrase, this too shall pass, right? Comes to mind. I know, even in my own experience, stuff seems like it's on fire all the time. So how to be able to absorb that and deal with it, and then still be a very optimistic, positive person, especially for your loved ones or whatever. And that comes with a little bit, I think, maturity as you go through it. To be like, it's not the end of the world. It's been 20 years. We're still here.
And that's really the job of the leader,
right?
When you're the president or the owner of the organization, you do need to have that face, right? The calm, because there is always going to be problems. There'll be more coming. There always will be. Right? The struggles and challenges every entrepreneur has. It's never easy. Never.
Well, and I think if it ever did become easy, the first thing I know for me I'd do is I'd go just start a new business. I'd find a problem.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
As serial entrepreneurs, that's usually what we do.
Yeah.
And that's why I said we're focused right now on enjoying what we have. And that does take focus. It doesn't come naturally to enjoy what you have. You're always wanting something new, or the big, right, the red balloon floating in the air that catches my attention. Let's start that. It's like, no, right? Focus on what we have.
I love it. Okay. Well, I just really appreciate the story, and how when you speak about your story and all these trials and struggles and growth and shrinking, that you speak of it fondly. And I think, that hopefully if there's business owners out there that are listening or thinking about it, it maybe gives you some hope that, this too shall pass.
It will pass, yeah, and it's never easy, and it certainly wasn't fun. But looking back, it was necessary, and it was right.
I love that. I can't think of a better mic drop than that. So, Russ, thank you so much. If someone wants to learn more about Fratello, where do they go?
Go to our website, please, fratellocoffee.com. We have a lot of activity there on our blog, and as well as our social feeds. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. All of the usuals are found at the bottom of our website, so check us out.
Fantastic. And if you missed any of the story and the interview up to this point, definitely go back and check out the other episodes. We've got so much history, 50 years of history we talked about, and they're still there, and there's not a lot of companies that can say that.
Thank you.
So definitely go check that out. Thanks again to Russ, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Adam.